So the bet on the line is whoever's closest to guessing Gilbert Arenas' high point total at the Garden wins the bet. Wins the bet, okay?
At MSG.
At MSG.
In the Garden.
In the Garden. So we're saying over or under 35.
My inclination would be that you probably went off at some point. That would be the guess right here off the bat. But I'm going to swerve and do my usual. I'm going to fade that. So give me the under 35 that you never went off in the Garden for more than 35.
What do you got?
Shit.
You nervous?
Why couldn't you say like 25?
You go 25?
They had some bad Knick teams. I'm pretty sure I scored 36, 7, or 8 in the Garden.
So you're going over?
Over.
Go over?
Yeah.
Cap, get the chugging.
You got for 38?
38 for Mr. Gilbert Arenas, December 6, 2006, at the Garden, 38 points. Hey, you won. Cap, get the chugging away, brother. Cheers, man. Cheers.
Oh, that's not how.
You want him to be a little inebriated on set?
You want me to shotgun the beer right now? I'm trying to be civilized.
Oh, man. This is hilarious. 38 points, December 6, 2006. But why were you nervous about going over 35?
Because I know I scored 46 in 40s against.
He finished the beer.
We're done.
Oh, wow.
That's
we're done.
I'm impressed. Oh, man.
It's hard for me to get one shot down, let alone all
I
this.
know, right? All that. Bro, that was like 25 seconds. Jeez. Okay. I got to give him a round of applause for that one. That was impressive. Welcome back to Out of Bounds. I'm Pierce Simpson. We hope you had a good evening. Thank you for joining us. As you can tell, we already getting things going here on Out of Bounds. First person on set, Complex Sports editor, Mr. Adam Caparel. Cap, how you feeling, brother? Your blood flowing? You feeling good? You know, you got some stuff.
I'm a man of my word. You pay your debts, okay?
Pay your debts.
Pay your debts.
Pay your debts.
Listen, I'm impressed at how quickly you shotgunned that beer.
Because look, I was going to try to get out of mine.
You were nervous. Gilbert was very nervous. Next to Adam Caparel is Mr. Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert, your Bud Light is, still full to the brim.
Still full to the brim.
As you guessed correctly on the point spread,
sir.
38 points in the Garden against the New York Knicks, December 6, 2006. And Penny Hardaway was on that team. Mind you, we will discuss Penny Hardaway and his new tenure with the Memphis Tigers later on in the show. But first things first, we have to talk about the intriguing story that's happening in the world of NFL and social media, because the New York Times' Ken Belson, reported yesterday that Patriots wide receiver Julian Edelman helped prevent a school shooting by reporting a threatening comment left on his Instagram page. After spotting the comment, which read, and quote, "I'm going to shoot my school up. Watch the news." One of Edelman's followers sent him a DM, bringing it to his attention. In the wake of the Parkland shooting that happened in Florida, Edelman took the threat seriously, and he told the New York Times, "With the emotions of what happened, and I have a kid now, I said, Holy Toledo, what is going on?"
Holy Toledo.
Yeah, I don't know why he said Holy Toledo. Yeah, I tell you, he's Batman.
It's the New York Times. I don't curse in the New York Times.
Yeah, why did he sound like Batman from the 1960s? But do we consider Julian Edelman a hero for possibly preventing a school shooting, if that was the case, by this threatening comment on Instagram?
No, I'm a hero.
Yeah.
No, I mean a hero is someone who's actually on the line of fire.
Yeah.
I mean, he was responsible.
Right.
And that's what I look at this situation is like the kid who DM'd him was responsible.
And you're saying responsible in the sense of
responsible,
like they have a responsibility to report something like that.
Reporting
Gotcha.
it.
Yeah.
He gave it to his assistant, and the assistant reported it to the law. Just a bunch of concern, responsible.
Of course. And Edelman credits his follower at JesseYI3 for bringing to his attention the potential attack. Thankfully, the kid said something. We're going to send him something, a care package just for his work. He's the real hero. So mind you, Julian Edelman calls him.
Did that kid go to the school?
I'm really unsure. I guess he just saw the Instagram comment and let Julian know, like, hey, this is in your comments. Be sure to, and credit to Julian Edelman for actually looking at his DMs and being aware that could go on. Because I know you are looking at your DMs. I know you are. Never mind. But Cap, kind of piggybacking on the question I posed to Gil, do we consider Julian Edelman a hero?
I mean, if you probably asked him, he's not going to say that he's a hero. So, I mean, we'll give the credit to, maybe his assistant or maybe the kid that pointed out, and I've detectives that went to the person who made the threat, his house, and kind of getting to the bottom of it. So, yeah, Edelman deserves a ton of credit. Great job in kind of rushing up the ladder, but, hero status. Yeah. I mean, if you really want to give true credit, yes, I'll give credit to the law enforcement that actually went to the house to essentially prevent something that could have happened.
Yeah. So funny, not funny, but usually on school shootings, there's always reports that it's going to happen before they actually happen. They're 15, 16, 17-year-olds. They can't keep their fucking mouth closed. So they're going to tell someone, hey, yo, we're going to shoot the school up tomorrow. Don't go to school. So authorities do hear about this stuff, but they usually just like,
Unfortunately, don't pay it no mind for whatever reason. But again, we've seen just in this year alone, in the short 3 or 4 month span that we've been in 2018, a couple times where both sports and social media has created some type of controversy involving potential school shootings. We saw Jonathan Martin, the former offensive tackle for the San Francisco 49ers and Miami Dolphins, put a very cryptic message out there saying that he was going to go shoot up his old high school and the people that bullied him throughout his career. So it's strange that we're living in this world with so much, hatred is being, just spewed out there. And these
have you been on Twitter recently?
Exactly, but these violence.
It's always been hatred. Now you just get you get to let everybody know you're mad.
Right.
Exactly. That's all it is.
You get to vent to the world.
Of course. Gil, do you have a problem if people call you a hero simply off of your basketball achievements?
Whoa. That was my name before Age of Zero.
It was Agent Hero?
It was, whoa. It was zero to hero. I went from a loser to a hero in this one kid's mind. He used to have that sign at Arizona my 2 years.
Oh, this is back to your Tucson days.
Yeah.
They call it.
Yeah. They call me zero to hero. I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
But I was this hero.
Oh.
You were an influencer back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Was he breaking you off, though? Or never mind. That's another violation.
No, his mother was the brownie woman. She used to make brownies.
Pot lace brownies?
Yeah, what brownies we talking about?
Come on, it's college kids.
Of course.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
College athlete kids.
Of course.
Even worse.
Yes. Yeah, what are you talking
Not
about?
from the hood.
Even worse. You're digging yourself a bigger hole. What are you talking about?
No, she used to make team brownies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
he was.
Listen, you're just digging yourself a bigger
With
hole.
$100, on the tray.
No, it was just brownies and just little kids.
And Cap, you made a good point about social media being, just a threat.
Cesspool?
Yeah, cesspool, a threatening place where people go just to say outlandish things. Do you think the trend that we're seeing, like I mentioned before, the Jonathan Martin case, this case with Julian Edelman, where we will see comments on our Instagram pages or our Twitter accounts that we have to take more seriously to prevent, unfortunate things from happening? No? Yes?
I mean, the user that follows Julian Edelman was the one that pointed out to him. And obviously, it's great that he ratcheted up the ladder and made it known to people. But, you have a shit ton of people commenting on your posts every single day. How close do you pay attention to those comments?
I don't. You have to be a fucking loser to sit there and read through everyone's comment, knowing 50% of the comments are just to irritate you.
Of course.
They just want the.
They want a reaction.
Yeah.
So me, I'm a troller.
Yeah.
So I don't use. I don't.
We know that.
We're all aware.
I don't use my Instagram for publicity and entertainment in a sense where I'm, real life situations. It's just entertainment.
Kind of lighthearted thing.
Yeah, just to fuck with people and then I log off. I don't read the comments unless I'm on the gram at that time and I'm looking.
So have you ever deleted a comment?
No.
No.
That's what I said. It's fuckery for me. So I just usually I did. Oh, you
did? Okay.
Only because we're trying to get that guy.
Okay. I think I got it. Okay,
right.
It makes
Do what you gotta do there.
Okay,
that was the only reason. Oh shit, just in case.
Look, he got to swipe down and everything.
Yeah, but other than that, no, on my personal account, whatever goes. You say whatever you want, because you're not irritating me because it's just for fuckery.
But if there was a serious threat and somebody posed it to you, you would take action and say something about it, right?
No. I wouldn't be paying attention to, okay, it's Instagram. One, if I'm a dude, I'm not paying attention to dudes, okay? I'm looking at the booty shaking that's going down in the DM.
Can I ask you a question? Uh-huh. How many DMs do you average a day?
We just gonna skip over the booty shaking in his DMs?
No, this is part of it.
Okay. This is a serious question because
it's a serious
you will
follow-up.
think that this smile, this face, will get a lot of women DMs. No.
No?
I think because of my past, of most of my sexist comments.
Oh, really?
I've never apologized, and they can't rattle the rattler. I think they're scared to come in there.
No shit.
One, I told them if they come in there and they're ugly, I'm gonna blast them. So I'm pretty sure women. So I just get a bunch of kids talking about 60 points. Hey, can you.
Listen, I tell you all the time in the green room, he's really the Joker from The Dark Knight. That's what he is. He causes chaos. So I need somebody behind the scenes.
So I don't really get the.
Can we get a Photoshop of him in the Dark Knight, the Joker outfit and everything? We need
someone's
that
gonna do that. Yeah, for sure.
I don't get the DM.
We need that to happen. We need that to happen.
Goes down in them, and I'm not gonna slide in a woman's DM so she can put me up.
Well, that's smart. That's smart strategy.
Get me.
Keeping things in line with the NFL, a former first-round pick of the Cleveland Browns back in 2014 is looking to get back into the league, and Johnny Manziel explained his hardships during the Dan Patrick Show. We're going to talk about it more. This is The Step Back. During a recent interview on the Dan Patrick Show, Johnny Manziel laid some of the blame of his NFL failures on the Browns for not doing, quote, any of their homework to know that he didn't put in the work or understand football. The reason I'm kind of laughing at that is like, you're blaming them for your issues. But the full quote that he provided to the Dan Patrick Show, he said, I see successful guys in the NFL and what they do in the offseason and the time they put in and make them good players. Yes, they are athletically gifted, but guys are good in the NFL because they know film. They study hard and they work even harder in the offseason. I didn't know that. He continued to lay the blame on the Cleveland Browns for some of his mishaps during his stint in the NFL. And quote, and I feel like if Cleveland did any of their homework, they would have known that I was a guy that didn't come in every day and watch film. I was a guy that didn't really know the X's and O's of football. Mind you, Johnny Manziel continued during his interview on the Dan Patrick Show that said that he became depressed and struggled when he lost his confidence and nobody mentored him, like Cleveland Browns then quarterback Brian Hoyer, who he said didn't really give him any advice during his stint with the Cleveland Browns. So are we buying Johnny Manziel blaming the Cleveland Browns for some of his mishaps during his tenure as starting quarterback? No,
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Why is that?
Only because who they are. They're control freaks, right?
Yeah. You talking about the NFL in
The
general?
NFL in general.
Yeah.
We've heard horror stories of the questions they ask, these players during pregame to see who they are as people.
Yeah.
But you can't do the research to figure out if your players are visual learners or verbal learners.
Right.
And that's why I say, you guys are fucking idiots. You can ask a guy about what would you do if his mother's a prostitute, but you can't figure out if a guy is a visual learner
that's
or a verbal learner. That's what irritates me. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like you should know that he's more of a, like if you know he doesn't watch film, that means he's a verbal learner. That means you just tell him what to do and he does it. Yeah. He's not going to sit here and watch a bunch of pointless routes. Yeah. And you have to understand who he is as a player because everyone's not wired.
Do you think it was just laziness on his behalf potentially?
But it's something he got away with for so long.
Because he was just so much athletic than everybody else.
He's just a gifted person. So we call them gamers.
Yeah.
Like you ever seen like a coach call a timeout and he draws up a play and then he yells on the sideline because one of those forgot?
That's called Eddie Jordan coaching you. That's what that's called.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Because someone doesn't understand, like looking at, it written, they have to see it visually demonstrated. Yeah. And some players are like that. So you got to stay right there.
And there's some truth to the Johnny Manziel and him saying that he didn't watch film because future Hall of Famer left tackle and just recently retired left tackle Joe Thomas said that in an interview with Graham Bessinger that Johnny Manziel did not watch film. He did not take the game seriously. He was one of those type of players. So you say that he might just be a visual learner or verbal learner, where he needs to be told the things. Cap, are you still riding with Gilbert on that?
I mean, I get what you're saying, and that's a great point to make, that everyone learns very differently, and you should take that into account, especially your franchise quarterback, the guy that you're investing all this money on. I'm going to call foul here. I mean, you should, Johnny's owned up to the mistakes that he's made so far, which is great. But to kind of put blame on the Browns to this degree, I think is just unnecessary. Essentially it comes down to laziness that you kind of brought up. You weren't that invested in being better, and it sucks that you came to an environment and an entity where it's you got exposed a little bit for the first time in your life. He got off on the fact that he was extremely talented, extremely athletic in college. They ran a different, they ran the spread offense down in A&M. You go to pro style offense, we have to go through your progressions, which, if he didn't have his first option available in college, what would he do?
Run.
He'd run, yes.
But here's my thing on this whole scenario, and we can't fully blame Johnny Manziel and just look at how inept the Cleveland Browns were as an organization because they hired a research firm to tell them what quarterback they should select in that draft. The firm told them to take Teddy Bridgewater. Instead, they took Johnny Manziel. They had 2 first-round picks that year, much like they have this year. They took Justin Gilbert and Johnny Manziel. Both of those players are out of the league right now. That draft included Odell Beckham Jr., All-Pro, Aaron Donald, All-Pro, Zach Martin, All-Pro. Passed up all those guys. So
they just probably have bad scouting too.
That's what it is.
But that's what it is. You're talking about, we're not talking about the Bradys and the Drew Brees. You got to remember, those guys have to learn how to be pros. So if you're a pro organization, you're not teaching these young kids how to be pros. Yeah. then it falls on you.
That's a good point.
So him blaming you, that I can accept that one.
But there's also the example he talked about. Brian Hoyer, didn't have him in with the film sessions, and Hoyer and him are technically competing for a spot, and Hoyer wasn't welcoming him into his little area to show him film to go about how you be an NFL quarterback. But at the same time, it's like you also get where Hoyer's coming from. He's competing for a job, competing for money. Like that's on you, kid, to figure out what the deal is.
Exactly.
Now, Manziel also said that Josh McCown, who eventually came, quarterback, was one that took him under his wing and showed him the ways, and he has a lot of, reverence for McCown. So, for the most part, I call foul on Johnny, but also to a degree, I know what he's saying and understand that, yes, some blame needs to be put on the Browns, but to a degree.
But it has to be put on the Browns. All of the you're young.
You can't put all of it though.
I'm a college player.
You have to, as a pro athlete, you have to buy into what makes you a better.
I don't know. No one's teaching me. No one's teaching me how to.
What about your agency though? What about the people close to you?
Because they played in the pros. The people around me played in the pros. No, my agent never played in the pro. Yeah, he has pro clients, but if I'm coming to you and you've been in the pro for 6 years, you need to tell me what's going on. If you're like, fuck that, we're competing for the same spot. Who am I going to learn from? My mistakes that I'm making on the field. Like I didn't learn when I was learning how to be a better player, Chris Mullen had to teach me.
Yeah.
Because I'm competing with these guys and I'm seeing bad workouts, bad regimens, and Chris Mullen in the summer. No, this is how you're supposed to work.
So you didn't have a vet on the roster that was kind of taking you? Because what was Mullen's position with the organization?
He wasn't.
Outside help.
Yeah, he was outside. He was outside
like he consultant for the Warriors.
Like he was a consultant. Yeah. So he used to come out and work out late nights. So he's basically telling me how to work efficiently, how to train some drills. And those drills he gave me then stuck with me the whole time.
So did you hold the fact that no veteran kind of took you under their wing against the organization?
I'm 19, veteran. My veteran's 23.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And his veteran's Mookie Baylock, but Mookie Baylock sits on the golf course. Yeah. So you're looking at...
It just trickles down.
It just trickles down. Like, so when you look at some of these young guys and they're still making the same mistakes because the veterans are not teaching them the ropes. So, when you're a football player and it's detailed film, you're in film and you're trying to lift, like someone has to teach me because in college, I didn't have to watch film. I was just gifted, so it's like, what am I supposed to do? Are we supposed to sit here for 6 hours watching the defense because it shifts, boom, boom, boom? Someone has to teach them how to do that.
Yeah. And I mean, I see both sides of the argument because you can get in certain situations where you get into a toxic organization and you just get derailed at everything that's going on. I think a lot of that is what affected Kwame Brown when he ended up with the Washington Wizards, and people think that he's one of the biggest busts of all times and #1 pick. But also, it does fall on the person because Brett Favre wasn't particularly kind to Aaron Rodgers or helping Aaron Rodgers along the way. In fact, he was like, listen, you got to do that on your own. And Aaron Rodgers could arguably be already the greatest quarterback in Packers history, no matter how crazy that sounds. So I think it's a little bit of both.
It all depends on who you are as a person, too. But that's what I'm saying. The organization got to know that, too.
Yeah.
You got to, you guys are investing so much money, and you guys are doing so many quirky things to find out who these people are.
Yeah.
You shouldn't know.
And you missed the basics.
You missed what's really important. You asking these stupid-ass questions like a guy who comes on there sitting there doing this in interviews like, okay, he's a rock star type. Okay, with a rock star type, you done had rock star types before, so you got to know, okay, we got Johnny coming in. This is Johnny's program. This is what we have to push to make him learn.
So Johnny is competing in the upcoming spring league. We've obviously seen a lot of footage of him working out, trying to get back. He competed in 2 different pro days. He's already admitted to suffering from bipolar issues that he's trying to get corrected. And I think he has gotten corrected through medication. Are we buying Johnny Manziel, turning over a new leaf, and potentially getting a second chance in the NFL?
Turning over a new leaf? No.
No? You think he's still the same person he's always been?
Yeah, leopards don't change their stripes.
Or spots, as they got on Instagram. Sorry.
So you are who you are. It's not like you're going to be a rock star type for fucking 15 years of your life and then all of a sudden change into a choir boy. No, you're not a rock star in a sense because the fame is not there. The money's not there. The spotlight is not there for your alter ego to come out. Yeah. Once he gets back on that field and start getting that success, Johnny Manziel is coming back.
Right.
The party boy is coming back.
It's a good point. Yeah, I mean, it's like if you experience that same, the endorphin, that rush that made you what you were back in college. Does it go back to his old ways? You don't know. You hope he doesn't. I mean, you say, again, the track record's there. Manziel's been very honest and very open about his, kind of path towards sobriety right now and being in a really good spot. He had that good interview with Scott Van Pelt last week that I saw that just said that he's in a really good spot right now, but takes it day to day, and he feels that at 25, he's in a better spot than he has been in a long, long time. Right. But, if he can't make the CFL, if he can't even make the NFL, which is his ultimate goal, how much of a letdown and, is that going to put him into a darker place down the road? So he seems to have a better support system right now.
I mean, the real question is not, is he going to go back to Johnny, because that's going to happen. If he starts winning and he gets a chance. The question is, can he have success now? Yeah. And that's all they need to worry about. Can he have success on the field?
But here's a tough thing.
Off the field,
But here's the tough thing about his potential return to the NFL. He's already facing an automatic 6-game suspension for potentially violating the personal conduct policy. We know that what they rule in court doesn't necessarily favor what the NFL will hand down. So it's a good chance that if he does come back to the NFL, he would automatically be suspended 6 games and barred away from any facility.
Serious?
Yeah.
What's the purpose? He's already missed 2 years.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
But he's not. Yeah, he's not. He hasn't been on a roster. Hasn't been like an eligible individual.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it's tough, right?
Shitty.
Yeah. If no one wants to have you on the roster, you can't serve a suspension.
So this would be a shitty year anyway, no matter what.
It'd be tough.
Because you got to miss 6. You're going to miss 6 weeks.
Well, he may be in the CFL before he
exactly.
starts sniffing the NFL.
No, let's say he do get signed. He's going to miss the first 6 weeks. By the time he gets back in, now he has to learn rotations and do it all.
Well, hopefully those first 6 weeks he's watching film.
Hopefully, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Out of the facility, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes, that's a good point. Yes. All right, transitioning over to basketball. Penny Hardaway, who, if you guys don't remember, is the new head coach at Memphis, got his first recruit this week, and it's his son, Jaden. So on Tuesday, Hardaway's son announced that he is the first player to commit to Memphis under Penny since he took over as coach of the Tigers basketball program. Jaden is a 6'5" shooting guard who played this past season at IMG Academy in Florida. He made the announcement in the most millennial way possible on IG, saying that he was joining his parents' alma mater. And then Jaden later told the Memphis Commercial Appeal, quote, "I wanted to announce it earlier because I had known I was going there for a couple weeks. I was just waiting. I was waiting for my dad to get everything straightened out, and he gave me permission to commit." Your son is currently on his basketball odyssey very early. Put yourself in Penny Hardaway's shoes. Do you think it'd be a good idea to coach your son? Just coach your son in general, number one, and number two, coach your son at your first high-profile job in college?
Yes, because you got to remember, he's played under his father. Yeah. So Penny's coached his son, through AAU. So he knows what his son is good at, what he's not good at. So I think it's a good situation for both of them. I don't know if he's good enough to start yet.
He's a scholarship player.
But I don't know if they already have shooting guards there, if he's going to come in, but he's going to put his son in the best light. His son is going to, if his son is in his confidence mode, that I play for my father, I'm playing for the guy who made me look good so far, then he's going to be playing very well. Yeah. So me coaching my son, depends on, what kind of system I have, where I'm at, what my son level is. If my son is a number 1, 2 player and I'm sitting here in the Division III school, like, no, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting for a variety of reasons because the target will be on him non-stop. People are going to look to go after Penny's son whenever they're playing Memphis. Memphis is in the AAC now, right? They're going to go after him relentlessly because we see it in the NBA now with Austin Rivers and Doc Rivers.
But the worst kids to play against are parents, the coach's son. No one wants to play against the coach's son because the coach's son has fucking ultimate green light. All right,
so
he has ultimate green light.
He's gonna cook you.
He's gonna cook.
No matter his ability.
Yeah, you remember? Okay, when Steph first came, when Steph first got off, and the shots he was taking.
Yeah.
Only a father would allow you to take those type of shots. Only a father will allow a player to take those type of shots. So he'll let his son. So those are the worst kids to play against because they have the ultimate green light. No shot is off limits, and it's like
never thought of that.
Never.
And no negatives in terms of coaching your son?
Not if they're already been under the same umbrella. Like if I don't even want to call him junior, but if Penny's son had a bad relationship coaching wise, then he wouldn't have committed. You know, there's like some coaches, some players don't want to play for that. They're like, oh, fuck that, he's too hard on me.
Yeah.
You know, some don't want that. So the fact that he actually committed means, you know, that they do have a great basketball relationship.
Kid seems excited, so, you know, hope the best for him.
Yeah, I hope it works out. Certainly going to be fascinating to watch it unfold. But moving back to football, Drew Brees says he was cheated out of $9 million from a jeweler. Yes, I said that correctly, $9 million. So on Monday, the future Hall of Famer sued a California jeweler, accusing him of cheating him out of that astronomical sum by selling him marked up jewelry. Brees claims several items he purchased as investments, including a blue diamond ring that cost over $8 million, which I can't even fucking fathom right now that a ring costs that much, were later appraised for $9 million less than he paid for them. So he bought a bunch of stuff from this jeweler based out in San Diego. The jeweler had some interesting accusations for Drew Brees too, saying that he was cash strapped.
Yeah, his lawyer came out and said he had some cash flow issues, which is wow.
So yes, the jeweler's lawyer says that Brees tried to quote bully the jeweler and didn't appreciate as expected. The quote was, he should restrict his game playing to the football field and refrain from bullying honest, hardworking businessmen like my client.
You know,
Mr. Professional Athlete,
Right.
How do you get scammed out of almost $9 million in jewelry?
You know, I know we don't supposed to, as humans, racial profile people.
Oh boy, where we going?
Just stop
Where we
right
going? Yeah,
Don't just-
no.
I can ask a different follow-up question. Okay?
I'm a slide.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say I'm pretty sure the jeweler is at least 50. How about that?
Okay.
I'll just say
an older gentleman. That's
older
fine.
gentleman.
Okay.
That's kind of age discrimination. That's all right.
That can get away with this type.
Got you.
I'm pretty sure if you look at his picture, he's a sleazeball. He looks like one.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure if you just look at his picture, he's probably a sleazeball.
You know what? How did he?
I'm gonna just go around it.
But it's amazing how you Euro stepped around it. I still got to what you're trying to say.
I'm gonna just go. I mean, Drew Brees, stop. You're a fucking idiot. You're.
Why are you spending so much goddamn money on jewelry?
I don't know who invests that much money in jewelry.
Is that a smart?
In real jewelry. You have a theory on how these guys should handle their jewelry.
You think they should buy fake pieces, right?
I think they should. I mean, unless you understand how diamonds work and you're using them for investments, and I'm pretty sure you buy $19 million or $15 million worth of
I think
diamonds.
Total was over $18 million.
I mean, was this an investment buy, or was these like something for my wife, watches for myself?
It's been portrayed as an investment, and as investment pieces.
See, I mean, if he's buying them for investment pieces, yeah, diamonds are smart pieces, but why? My question is, why didn't he get them appraised before he actually bought them?
Exactly.
And you're taking that man's word for it, knowing he has to upsell you so he can make money.
Why are you buying?
I mean,
you're in San Diego though.
But what I'm saying is, you're fish at this point. You're coming in the jewelry store. I know who you are.
Lunch.
You're fish. So if this jewelry right here costs, I'm selling it for $8 million. I'm pretty sure the real value is probably 2 to 3. And that's just the way jewelry works. But if you're buying jewelry, you need to understand that. So,
and you say you get your own appraiser and get this.
You get your own appraiser and figure out how much. If it's an investment, if it's just some jewelry that you're wearing around, I wouldn't spend that kind of money. I mean, I've done it, and someone stole it.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you had insurance on it.
I had insurance on it.
Now, for the appraiser, you said that you can pay somebody to kind of appraise it and just buy them a few bucks?
I'm just saying, usually diamonds and jewelry appraises for more than what you're paying for it if you have the right pieces. But for personal, I don't think people should wear jewelry. Like diamond. Like I see a lot of rappers and stuff got all these gaudy pieces on. It's like, for what?
Like, why?
You can wear fake shit.
And nobody would.
Nobody's gonna know. No one's gonna really care.
It's
like,
gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
if Puppy say, "Yo, I have on fake earrings for," yeah, but you have 400 million, so it really don't even matter.
Yeah.
So I was like, why am I gonna entice somebody to actually try to take that shit off me?
All right. So if Drew Brees is investing his money in jewelry that is apparently, fugazi, what would be your best piece of investment advice for pro athletes right now? Where should they put their money?
Gilbert Financials.
Really?
Don't y'all do that.
Gilbert Financials.
Don't y'all do that.
Save you a lot of money.
Diversify your bonds.
Don't y'all do that. Don't y'all do that.
Gilbert Financials, baby.
Athletes, don't y'all give it to Gilbert Financials.
Financials, baby. The school of financials is this. Listen, it's going to cost them nothing. Do not invest money into no Because you know they do stupid shit. Restaurants,
Yep. Clubs,
real estate from their friends,
car washes.
studios.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you know the rap studios because all my friends got to be rappers because they're gonna be rappers.
we gotta-
But that's what everyone in their younger don't start investing until 26, 7, 8, where you actually understand the value of money.
Yeah.
You know, when you're 19, 20, 21, everything seems appealing to you. Everything seems like, oh, it's gonna hit gold. So unless, because you gotta remember, at 19, 20, I don't understand business. I don't understand real estate. I don't understand this. I'm listening to someone tell me this. And I'm just taking his word on, oh, there's gonna be 3 times the money. No, do your research first. Stack the chips, stack it. Wait till you understand the value of money, what these businesses can do for you on your own self. Then because you gotta remember, athletes get paid the most money at the wrong time in their life.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
For the most part, yeah.
They're getting paid at 19, 20, 21. Imagine what you guys are doing at that age. You're going to have all the Jordans, got fish tank, Shark Tank, I'm going to have this car, these rims, this stereo system.
As soon as you said fish tank, I said, oh, he's talking about himself.
But I'm just saying, like, we already see you with the jewelry. Now,
Hey, you're making the spot hot now.
Now give him $10 million. He going to have bop, 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 bop.
No, you know what I'm going to do? Rihanna, what you doing, bro?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So invest later in life.
No, that's real. I mean, it's crazy to think that athletes have, like you said, the wrong time, 19 through maybe 27 if they're lucky, to maximize their earning potential, and they'll never touch that type of money ever in their life, and they have to make it last. So that's kind of scary to think about.
I mean, you get a head start, but you're like, you know, somebody, you get all your wisdom when you're older, but I need my younger body. But I do got an investment for Drew Brees, though.
What you got?
I got these rings, right? They're worth about 2.5 each, right? They're called ring pops, right? Like little candies, you put them on, and they're big diamonds.
And by 2.5, you paid $2.50?
No, I'm talking. No, they cost about 40 cents. But I'm charging you 2.5. Just go and write me a check. I give you a couple bags full. We'll be in the money.
Again, that's why I told people not to invest in Gilbert Financials, because he would be doing that. How you going to help people with finances and you got mismatched shoes on today?
Listen.
How that's going to happen?
The way I keep my shoes, man, they're front center, so I just see the toes. The toesies, and the toesies looked perfect.
Yeah, but you grabbed a left and a right shoe.
Yeah.
So you grabbed them from different, like, you know.
So that means that means the maid probably put them on wrong.
Boss status.
So I got to blame her.
Rich person problems.
Rich person problems.
I'm going to blame her.
Yeah, okay. All right. Listen.
My maid fucks up my shoes all the time.
Yeah. Listen, I have no maid.
I'm gonna blame Mirtha.
Okay. Bertha, I believe you, boo. You ain't do that. You ain't mess up.
I think that's an old maid. I don't know the new one.
Again, more rich people problems. Obviously, it's no secret that we work here at Complex, and there's a lot of great things that are happening at Complex. Peter Rosenberg, who's a diehard Washington area fan, I'm sure he knows your work well during your tenure with the Wizards. Yeah, toot your own horn. He has his very own late night show starting on Complex next Thursday, April 12th, titled Open Late. Big things are happening here at Complex, so be sure to check it out. Just wanted to put that plug out there for Peter Rosenberg.
I mean, Peter, we got to be your first host.
What's up? We got to be on. What's up? See, that's how you.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, that's how you do it.
Come on.
Want to go to New York?
No.
Yeah, it's true. So
I'm ready to go back to New York.
why? Because Uncle Paulie's ain't doing it for you?
Uncle Paulie's always doing it.
Isn't it snowing up there in spring?
It's snowing on Saturday, yeah.
Something like that.
Uncle Paulie sponsors the show.
I don't know about that. I might. For Adam Caparel, Gilbert Arenas, I'm Pierce Simpson. Thank you for joining us on yet another week of Out of Bounds. We'll see you next Monday. This is Out of Bounds. You know we got you on shoe cam right now. Show off your 2 shoes. He getting pissed off. He don't like this. But I will say, to his credit, they are both quality Adidas shoes. It's just.
I'm just saying, look, from the front, man, look. From the front, look. If you pull them out of the closet, they look the same.
That's true. That's true. Until you look closely and you're like.
That's what I said when he first said, "What's wrong with your shoes?" I didn't know nothing. Like, what's up there? Like, oh.
Hey, let people know you the real sneaker champ there. That's all it is.
You know how them young boys. I'm trying to be the young boys.
Wait.
You know the young fan where you were in 2 different type of.
Yo, is that your daughter in your socks?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's.
You see, you got that smile. Yeah, you got that smile. Let me see. The other one, she's somewhere back here.
That's dope.
Oh, that's the same one.
Hey, that's love right
These
there.
are socks, yeah.
He got his daughter on his love right there.
You know, got to keep your face all the time.
Hey, Father of the Year right here.